I opted to try and get my small bucket in as close as possible, but as you can see, I was inches away from this glass wall. Jorge fell through the deck. Now, this is a mistake. The clove hitch is a good knot, but the way I have it tied with the knot on the top makes it difficult to cut. Also, the reduction in the size of the piece of the wood could allow for that to slip off. Now the fix is to put a little notch in the top of the log, and with the knot at the bottom of the log, it makes cutting the piece much easier.
Okay, ready? That's it.
So this video represents day number 3 on this job. Jorge and I did 5 hours on the first day and 5 hours on the second day. And this day, there's 3 of us here. This is a little bit longer video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. There's a lot of tricks that we're doing to show you how we're getting this down without destroying that deck underneath us. We pretty much couldn't drop anything. Light brush, yes, because it would kind of float down, but the wood, any of the wood that fell would have gone right through the deck. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's about 20 minutes long. Thanks. I'm going to shorten these next shots here and just show you the drop and the cut. But there's actually quite a bit of time re-rigging the ring, setting the V-notch, tying the rope on. We're using the big bull rope, and Jorge's down with the porter wrap around the base of the other tree. But it takes a long time to make each of these cuts, so you're getting the shortened version of it. Yeah, there's a lot we can break on this job.
All right, Jorge's got an idea. He says, use that piece there. Let's get rid of all the brush first. Use that piece there so that we can rope off sections of wood from in here using that upright, and then finally just go up there with spurs. Now the problem that I see is that's going to put extra pressure on the A-frame and the supports that we've got here. Today I want to get all that brush out and get all that out of here. Maybe leave that. I'm sort of contemplating that idea. Now the clove hitch is the knot that I prefer. I've always used a clove hitch. I learned a clove hitch a long time ago. It's a fairly simple knot to tie, and it is a knot that tightens up on itself. And in this case, I've got a stub there to kind of work with, so I don't have to cut a notch into the wood for it to hold. It's got a point where it's going to grab.
And note that I'm tying the knot at the bottom of the branch because that's a fairly large cut that I'm making there. It's probably, I don't know, 500 pounds of wood, wet wood. So I tighten up the clove hitch real good, and I give it a couple of cinches there, and I gave Jorge a signal there to put a double wrap on the porter wrap that's over there, fastened to the valley oak. Now I'm at the very edge of my reach with the bucket. I might be able to get around it a little bit more, but it's an awkward cut, and I certainly don't want it to hit me when it comes down. A lot of weight up there. We're using a big, heavy bull rope. It's a relatively new bull rope at that. So getting in position here. Now, normally, whenever possible, I try to cut directly across the grain. But in this case, I'm kind of stuck cutting a little bit of a diagonal here, which kind of slows things down a little bit for me and makes for a little bit more of an awkward cut. Oh, almost got it, but got to go and do a little bit more cutting. Note how close I am to the ring that I'm working with here. I was aware of it, but it was awfully tight. Awkward working with that great big saw. Now, if I'm not careful here and I cut too fast, I could go right through and cut my rope. Note that on the edge of my bucket, I've attached a hook to hold the saw. I've got the saw on my chainsaw lanyard that's attached to my belt in case I drop it, but that saw swinging around on my belt is awkward. There we go. Got it down. Yeah. Now here's where I cut a little wedge to attach the rope to so the rope sinks in and it doesn't slip. This is really important. Here you can see I've got both sides of my clove hitch going into this notch, and the knot is tied on the bottom side. It's a little bit of an awkward cut for me because I have to extend the saw out and pretty much cut from the back side around, which I don't quite have the reach in my bucket yet. So this is kind of pushing the envelope here. I think this is the last cut that I make on this before I come down. Now that's a heavy saw, and I'm working outstretched there at the end of my reach. And I got to be really careful not to overcut too fast and keep it cutting so that I don't go all the way around. That was a sketchy move. That really was. So it's after lunch, and Jorge decided to work on the other side of the tree. I'm doing the roping from the roof here. Note that he's got to maintain some of these branches for positioning to get some of the brush up above, make it easier for him to make these cuts. If he'd cut this stuff off first, then he wouldn't have had a place to work from.
Posa? Huh? Posa? It's right there. Tenacious. Yeah, plug in the Posa. Nope. Never. Come this way, Jorge. No. Yeah. Sideways. Cutting down into the wood. Good.
This next cut is a very tricky one because it is pressing hard on the valley oak. This is the second area that was, I can't say it was supporting the tree, but we were not really sure how much pressure. And this log that was pressing hard against the valley oak was also making it difficult to do the cut. Oh, there it goes. Did you see that?
Did you see it? Yep, I saw that.
I'm helping Jorge, but I'm working from the roof. So we've got the flat top roof that I'm standing on. I have to be very careful not to let any of these things impact this soft flat top surface.
Wasn't too bad. No. I thought it was worse. Just open it the same way that the others. Open them same way that the others.
And here's where I'm at the end of day number 3. Day 2 was 2 people. Day 1 was 2 people. Day 3, I had a third person helping me move brush and cutting up wood as we were working on the roof. Now, if you go back to the last video I did called The Plan, it'll tell you what I intend to do, and I'm going to be starting the next step today.